Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to take you on an incredible journey back in time to explore the world of prehistoric humans. Life during those times was anything but easy. Just imagine surviving without the comforts of modern society and facing challenges like extreme weather, dangerous animals, and a constant struggle to find food. Yet somehow our ancestors not only survived but thrived in these conditions. So how did they do it? What were the ways prehistoric humans used to survive thousands of years ago? Join us as we uncover the secrets of their survival and learn what lessons we can apply to our own lives today. Let's start. Thousands of years ago, the world was vastly different. People lived in small groups and relied on what they could find to eat. They didn't have grocery stores where they could buy any type of food whenever they wanted. Instead, they relied on what nature provided. Sometimes they would hunt animals for food. Other times they would gather nuts, berries, fruits, and vegetables. This meant that people had to be very adaptable in their eating habits and be willing to try new things. For example, early humans might have eaten a wide variety of wild grains, nuts, and berries. They also likely ate fish and shellfish if they lived near water. And if they lived in a mountainous region, they might have supplemented their diet with small game like rabbits or squirrels. Overall, the diet of prehistoric humans varied greatly depending on where they lived and what was available to them. But one thing is for sure, they had to be resourceful and creative in order to get the nutrition they needed to survive. In prehistoric times, humans didn't have the luxury of building their own homes like we do today. Instead, they had to rely on whatever nature provided. Most early humans lived in caves, which provided shelter from the elements and predators. Some humans built simple huts out of wood and leaves, while others lived in rock shelters. It wasn't always easy to find a suitable dwelling, but humans were resourceful and made the best of what they had. In addition to finding a suitable place to live, early humans also had to worry about staying safe from predators. Humans were vulnerable to attacks from animals such as wolves, bears, and other large predators. To stay safe, they often lived in groups and used weapons to defend themselves. Humans were also vulnerable to natural disasters, such as floods, droughts, and storms. These events could destroy their homes and wipe out their food supply, making it difficult to survive. Despite these challenges, early humans found ways to adapt and survive. They learned to use their environment to their advantage, such as using caves for shelter and hunting animals for food. They also developed tools and weapons to help them defend themselves and their families. By learning to adapt to their environment, early humans were able to survive and thrive in some of the most challenging conditions imaginable. Imagine you are a prehistoric human waking up before sunrise. Your stomach growls, reminding you that you haven't eaten since yesterday. You look around and realize that your food supplies are low. You need to find food today. But what options do you have? Hunting wild animals is risky, and gathering plants can be time-consuming. You remember an old fruit tree near your shelter. It should have some ripe fruits by now. So you grab a spear and head over to the tree. As you reach for a juicy-looking fruit, suddenly a huge bird swoops down and takes it away. Frustrated, you decide to try your luck elsewhere. You walk for hours, hoping to find something to eat. Finally, you spot a patch of berries and fill your hands. You carefully examine the berries. Some are too big or too small, but many look just right. You pop one into your mouth and it tastes sweet and delicious. You gather as many berries as you can carry and return home feeling accomplished. You have food for now, but you know that you must keep exploring new food sources to ensure the survival of yourself and your tribe. Life as a prehistoric human was full of uncertainty, but you were determined to do whatever it took to survive. As the sun sets, you hurry inside your cave shelter to protect yourself from the cold night air and potential nocturnal predators. Inside, you gather with your tribe members around a small fire, sharing stories and laughter. Suddenly, a loud crash echoes through the cave. Everyone freezes, their eyes darting around in search of the source of the noise. You grab your spear, your heart pounding in your chest. Is it a wild animal seeking shelter from the storm or something more sinister? You listen intently, trying to determine the source of the sound. Then you hear it again, closer this time. Fear grips you as you realize that whatever it is, it's getting closer. You and the others stand back to back, forming a protective circle with your spears raised. Just then, a dark shape emerges from the shadows. You let out a shout, startling the creature. It's a bear, its fur matted and wet from the rain. It looks famished and scared. You lower your spear slightly, realizing that it's just a desperate animal seeking shelter. The bear lets out a low growl and retreats into the darkness. You let out a sigh of relief, your body trembling from the adrenaline rush. As the storm rages outside the cave, you feel grateful to have your tribe to protect you. In this moment of unity and strength, you know that together you can overcome any challenge that comes your way. Picture this: you're a prehistoric human living in a small tribe thousands of years ago. Your tribe has been hunting wild animals for food, but the hunt has not been successful lately. Your stomach growls as you think about how long it's been since you've eaten. You look around at the other members of your tribe, their faces etched with worry and hunger. You know that you must do something to ensure the survival of your tribe. Suddenly, you remember an old legend told to you by your grandmother about a magical fruit that grows deep in the forest. This fruit is said to have healing powers and could save your tribe from starvation. Hope fills you as you gather a few brave members of your tribe and set off into the unknown depths of the forest in search of the mystical fruit. The journey is long and arduous, filled with danger and uncertainty. But you press on, driven by the hope of saving your tribe. Along the way, you face many obstacles. You must navigate through thick undergrowth, cross a raging river, and defend yourselves against wild animals. But you persevere, working together to overcome each challenge. Finally, after days of searching, you spot a clearing in the trees, and there in the center is a magnificent fruit, unlike any you've ever seen before. Its skin is a vibrant blue, and it glows with an otherworldly light. You reach out and pluck the fruit from the tree, its energy surging through your body. You return to your tribe, exhausted but triumphant, carrying with you the hope of a brighter future. With the mystical fruit in hand, your tribe is saved from starvation. Life for prehistoric humans was a continuous cycle of work, rest, and repeat. Every day was filled with tasks that needed to be completed to ensure the survival of both the individual and the community. For example, men typically spent their days hunting animals, while women spent their time gathering food such as fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Children were responsible for tending to any younger siblings and helping out wherever they could. Evenings were often spent around a communal fire cooking food, telling stories, and socializing with other members of the tribe. Recreation was also an important part of prehistoric life. Humans engaged in activities such as dancing, singing, and playing games to entertain themselves. They also took the time to appreciate the beauty of nature, observing the stars and other natural phenomena. Overall, prehistoric humans had a strong sense of community and relied on each other for support. They understood that it took a village to raise a child, and that it was through cooperation that they were able to survive in such challenging conditions. They also respected the natural world around them and understood that they were only able to thrive because of the resources that nature provided. In short, life for prehistoric humans was a delicate balance of hard work and leisure, community and solitude, respect for nature and exploitation of its resources. It was a life of struggle, but also a life filled with wonder and opportunity. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the life of prehistoric humans. We hope you've enjoyed learning about the world these fascinating people lived in and the challenges they faced every day. But we also want to emphasize that this is only a small glimpse into their rich and complex culture. There is so much more to explore and discover about prehistoric humans and their way of life, and we encourage you to continue learning about them. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.